Hey, what's up guys? It's Saturn from the DELREYCUSTOME YouTube channel. I went to get my car smogged and did the little tune-up with some new spark plugs and wires and shit. And then I guess I have a bad EGR range valve, a P0404. I checked my Saturn service guide for this book, and this code does not show up in the service book for some reason. After doing a couple calls and calling an old Saturn tech, he told me, oh, you got a bad EGR valve. Replace it at 60 bucks. Well, since I'm broke, I went and bought the valve for actually 65 bucks from AutoZone. They stock it. DURALAST, it has a warranty. EGR1044 is the part number for all these older body Saturns. Basically, I went ahead and pre-loosened my clamp on my air intake. So I'm going to pull this guy off to get the EGR exposed, which is right here. This is the EGR. I'm going to pull the clamp off real quick. And basically it's held on by a couple 10 millimeters. I'm going to do everything by hand for this. So, I guess this little guy doesn't do much except for fill your car when you go to the smog shop. That's its purpose. Took a whole day off to go get a smog done. And this guy said, no, F you, you aren't getting your car smogged today. No respect. Just no respect coming out of the forehead.
So you failed the test?
He didn't even charge me because this little guy won't allow your ECM to communicate with the smog machine. So with this little guy being bad, they can't even communicate. So there's a 10 millimeter bolt underneath the throttle body and a 10 millimeter bolt that I've already pre-pulled off for this little bracket. This is a headache. You got to remove this little bracket, a support bracket, because this piece is so fucking heavy. Like the whole integrity of the car relies on this little micro bracket.
So you didn't even get smog?
No, they told me your OBD2 can't communicate. This valve will keep the OBD2 for smog emissions only, not communicating.
Were they using an American computer?
No, a Japanese computer, sir.
Oh, that's why I couldn't communicate.
Well, that's why it failed.
OBD2 is universal. Oh.
It's California state smog. Anytime my name in the state of California is mentioned in the same sentence, there's always problems. So,
I got a homie that charged $130.
Cool. Apparently there's a homeboy that can hook this up without the repair, but I like to do things legit. And for 70 bucks, it ain't worth trying to pay somebody $120 when I've already paid for a smog and I get a free retest. Oh, sir, your car's bad.
Yeah, you need a new OBD2 sensor. Oh, yeah.
You cannot smog car. You owe me $60.
No, $65. Your car big. Ain't no fit on dyno. I make special bracket.
So there's the old one that comes off.
We'll compare it to the new one. You want to hold this up for me, Sparky?
This 225,000 miles. This one lasted. Pretty good value for 60 bucks. Brand new one. Oh, it's so cute. That's so cute. Oh, gasket. What the hell does this valve do? I don't know. It looks like this one was adjustable. Maybe some performance modifications at some point.
It's 25 horsepower per drill.
Ooh.
Look at that.
So basically I got, just going to spray a little.
Pull that old gasket off too. I think you got a new one.
Yeah. A little WD-40 on the gasket just to make it come off a little bit easier.
Oh, yeah, you got the panel popper.
Panel popper comes right off. Good. New
There's some more
gasket.
WD-40 on there.
Nah, not for the new gasket. Oh, yeah, come with a newer gasket.
Can you start your car without it? Just roll dirty? Just riding dirty?
Just have the fuel that's shooting right out on the exhaust.
Straight riding dirty?
Colin, I know you want my job really bad, but killing me is not going to do it for you.
I was just asking.
Hey, do you mind going and killing yourself on the way home tonight? It's not too much of a problem. Just
Sure,
curious.
there's a couple ditches from here to Orange.
Yeah. Or call one.
Just fall asleep at the wheel.
Pull a
Ryan Dunn.
Yeah. Is that another Ryan Dunn reference? I feel like I'm living in his spirit, sir. So these are old bolts. They've been on for like 225,000 miles. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of WD-40 on them just so they go back in and I don't strip it. It is an aluminum mount, so you just want to be careful when you're tightening these bolts back.
Get on the other side because your arm's in the way.
Basically, it's 2 bolts.
Let's get right in there.
Just get it in early and often. Little WD-40 on the bolts, just because, like I said, they're steel bolts, aluminum block. You don't want to strip them. That's gonna be a nightmare. That will be another how-to video.
Oh no, you just drew a new hole.
That's how to rent a car and drive your ass home from work. We don't want to do that video yet. So basically, tighten them down about 12 pounds of torque. So when they get about, they feel tight. Recommend install the 14. That's hand tight right there. Do this side. That's hand tight right there. Do about a half turn past hand tight to give me about the proper torque on it. It's not science. You just don't want it leaking. That's why there's a gasket.
Sure, but it sounds like science. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
There we go. That's good. It's solid. It's on there. That's what we're looking for. Just want to make sure it's solid. You don't want it leaking. That's why you do a new gasket. Bolts on. Bolts good. Didn't break anything. So we drop this back. Somehow this bracket is what holds the whole operation together. I don't know if I bail a Smog if I don't put it back on. Put that bracket back on.
I don't know if your car will start if you don't put that back on.
That little bracket might be it's like the flux capacitor of a Saturn.
Jesus Christ.
Can't break 88 miles an hour on the freeway without it.
You're already at 7 minutes on this video.
Almost done. Took them long at the Smog shop to tell me there was a problem. So basically, after this is all done, when I tighten everything back up, what you're going to want to do is go to buy an OBD2 code resetter. AutoZone sells one for about 60 bucks. I got a buddy at a tire shop that's going to do it for me for free because I'm special. Basically, once you reset the OBD code and clear the ECM, there's 2 ways you can do it on these cards, even with the code scanner. If you really want to get gorilla and be a broke ass like me, you can technically on a Saturn disconnect any of your car electronics, like amplifiers and stereo system, touch the positive negative terminal together, disconnect it from the battery. That'll reset your ECM, but it takes about 2 weeks for the data to restore for a Smog. Or you can use the code scanner, reset in about 30 to 35 miles of driving at freeway speeds. If there's still a problem, the error will come back. If the error does not come back, you're good for Smog and you should pass. Basically, it's that simple to fix your car with on a Saturn 92s through about 2002 with an 0404 EGR error. I called a couple shops to get quotes to do this, and you know, most shops are trying to charge me 300 bucks to fix it because it's a Smog related thing by the time they did the labor. And if you noticed it, doing it myself with a 10mm wrench, a metal gasket scraper, and a pair of pliers literally took me about 10 minutes to do it. And then the hour and a half it's going to take me to fidget with this.
So is that it?
That's it. You want to hop in there and start her up for me real quick?